We first introduced you to Quintravious Nelson in May, arrested in 2020 for a crime he says he did not commit, but never indicted by a grand jury. We uncovered he's one of thousands of people stuck in Georgia's criminal justice system at no fault of their own, unable to move their case forward, violating their Sixth Amendment right to a speedy trial.
It feels good to be able to get out.
Quintravious Nelson is doing something for the first time in years many of us take for granted.
Just being out on the road, man, you know, especially on a day like this, the sun out, you know, just cruising and just being free.
For nearly 3 years, he was under house arrest and attached to this ankle monitor following a 2022 arrest for aggravated assault he says he did not commit. Fulton County's district attorney did not indict him, never officially charging him with a crime. Here's what Quintravious told Atlanta News First in May.
I'm 26 now. This has been on me since I was 22. So I done missed out on a lot of things, graduations, celebrations, funerals. It's like life just still going and I'm just stuck in one spot.
You can't even count the time because you never get that back. It's just lost.
We learned about his case from an email sent by his mom.
The subject line, it says help. As my son sits here in shackles and bondage and his time and life continues to get stolen and wasted away. Help.
Afterwards, Atlanta News First reached out to the Georgia Public Defender Council, the state agency responsible for appointing lawyers to people accused of crimes who cannot afford one. And a short time later, the district attorney's office filed this at the clerk's office, writing it was declining to prosecute the case, citing prosecutorial discretion for the only reason. What was your reaction?
I was in tears. I was so grateful, like so grateful.
And after sleeping and bathing with the ankle monitor for years, here's the moment.
This is an amazing day.
Are you ready?
It was finally taken off.
And it's done.
And it's done in the name of Jesus. We thank you.
What was it like having that ankle monitor finally come off?
Man, it felt good, man. I ain't even gonna, it felt amazing. You know, just to be able to do whatever you want, whenever you want, and how you want to do it.
Quintravious is far from the only one in Georgia who has faced enormous consequences without prosecutors first proving they committed a crime. In December, Fulton County's chief judge signed this order, suspending defendants' ability to request a speedy trial, citing the pandemic and an overwhelming backlog of cases for the reason. The result? Thousands of people accused of crimes in the county unable to move their cases forward for years, delaying justice for crime victims and people who want to prove their innocence. Last year, Fulton County court records show at least 13,000 people arrested by police, booked in jail, but never officially charged with the crime. A report by the American Civil Liberties Union during the same year estimates 500 of them were detained in the county jail 90 days or longer.
The backlog could indeed take years to resolve.
Georgia Supreme Court Chief Justice Michael Boggs acknowledged the problem to state lawmakers earlier this year, offering no clear pathway to fix it.
Meanwhile, and not surprisingly, the number of pending criminal cases grows larger, and so does the wait for defendants charged but not convicted of crimes who are sitting in local jails awaiting throughout this state indictment or trial.
You don't never understand how good it is until it's gone or until you can't exercise it anymore.
Freedom from a judicial system failing thousands of Georgians waiting too long for their day in court.
Just do better, you know, you got people's lives in your hands and you holding people's lives up and it's time. You'll never get time back.
It's unclear if our original story compelled the district attorney to decline prosecuting the case. We asked the DA multiple times, but said it was not providing further details. Fulton County's order currently suspending defendants' ability to request a speedy trial ends next month. While the pandemic contributed to the problem, low staffing plays a big part too. There are simply not enough public defenders and state prosecutors to move these cases forward quickly. Andy Parati, Atlanta News First, investigates.